best agents in this country all believe in strong vendor paid advertising, because the byproduct of that is that advertising prospects for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So one of the fundamental things that we focus on is reverse engineering and making sure that you're a strong lister who can acquire strong vendor paid advertising. See, what happens is with the industry as a whole is a lot of the times you get given a phone and a desk, and then it's very much a sink or swim mentality, whereby when you're prospecting, heaven forbid you actually find somebody who wants an appraisal and you don't know how to do one. So there's all this fear and insecurity around the listing presentation itself. So one of the things that we focus on is firstly training you to become a very strong lister, because there's no skill in selling a house. A monkey can sell a house. The real skill set is becoming a strong lister. And once you're a strong lister, you become a good salesperson by default, because you get all the inquiry, you're standing at the open for inspections, your name's on the property, you're online. And then in regards to, once again, once you're a strong lister, you then want to prospect, because you want to put yourself in a position where you can do something that you're confident in doing. So the thing that we focus on is firstly training you to be a very, very strong lister, so you then want to prospect to put yourself in a position where you can present. And then once you've got this together and you're listing properties, then it's important that you are competent in acquiring strong vendor paid advertising. And once you've now got these 4 pillars, you have a very, very strong, replicable business model. Now, when you arrive at the appraisal, everybody has things going on in their life, and that's life. You know, their car loans giving them grief, their mortgages giving them grief, their wife's giving them grief, their kids giving them grief, whatever it might be. The best people in this business have the ability to leave those things in the car. Address them when you come back, but you've only got one opportunity to make sure that you give yourself the best chance of securing the listing. Now, this is not like the Olympics where, you know, in the Olympics, if you come second or third in a particular event, it's not too bad, because it means that you're, you know, a silver medal or a bronze medal, you're second or third best in the world at that particular event. There's no high fives in the office between colleagues and principals when you say, you know, I've got a bronze medal on that listing presentation. You either get the business or you don't get the business. It really is that straightforward. So you need to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. So whatever you need to do to get into the zone, whether it's say an affirmation, listen to a particular song, do something weird, it actually makes no difference. You need to be game ready and in the zone, because you're going to be investing an hour of your life in that person's home regardless of the outcome. So why not make it the best hour of yourself you can possibly be? Because the difference is either a 20k com or absolutely nothing. And there's no second chances when it does come to the listing presentation. And it really is, as a salesperson, it is the most important part of the job, because if you don't have any stock, you're never going to be a good salesperson, because you'll have nothing to sell. Now, in regards to fee structures and negotiation of fee structures, we're going into a market whereby there is a lot of competition in regards to budget type agencies that are opening up, and really putting a lot of pressure on agents in regards to having to reduce their commissions. A lot of people are asking me at the moment, Flynny, you know, the other agent was doing it at 1% or whatever the case might be. How do you overcome that? And one of the key bits of dialogue in regards to what I discuss with my vendors is, look, Mr. Vendor, the reality is there are plenty of budget type agencies out there that will sell your property. But what you tend to find is that a budget typed agency will bring you a budget typed price. Now, if you feel one of these cheaper agents is going to get you a higher possible, the highest possible price and a better price than me, you'd be crazy not to list with them. I could assure you that wouldn't be the wisest move, but that's a decision that only you can make. What I'm asking you for here today is the opportunity, because essentially what you are looking for is a negotiator. You're looking for somebody who's going to negotiate your most valuable asset. They're going to be negotiating on your behalf. Now, the right agency in comparison to the wrong agency, the right negotiator in comparison to the wrong negotiator, can mean literally tens of thousands of dollars in your pocket as opposed to in the pocket of the buyer. Now, sure, we might charge an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more than somebody else, but if we're bringing you offers $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 more than somebody else, then you as a vendor are far better off. And the reality is, if I don't bring you an offer that you're happy with, the reality is you're not going to sell. So you've got to look at our fee as like a success fee. But all I'm asking you for right now is the opportunity to show you what we can do for you. And I wouldn't let you down if given the opportunity. Mr. Vendor, will you give me that opportunity? And by closing in that way, what we tend to find is that 9 times out of 10, you do end up getting the business because it is all logical and it is all reasonable. From a prospecting point of view, one of the most beneficial things that I have found in regards to progressing the client is asking hypothetical questions. And what I mean by hypothetical questions is, let's say, people always say to me, Flinny, I can find people who want an appraisal, but I can't find people who are actually looking to sell now. So one of the things that I say to those people is that, or to the salespeople who ask me that question, is asking hypothetical questions. An example of that might be, I go door knocking. I speak to knock knock, Jack answers the door. Jack, Adam Flynn from Big and Scott Real Estate. We're looking for people at the moment along Fake Street who might be perhaps thinking about making a move at some stage. Have you had any thoughts about possibly selling the property at some point in time? If Jack says, oh no, I'm okay at the moment, a hypothetical question there would be, so Jack, hypothetically, if you were to sell, do you think you'd stay locally or do you think you'd move elsewhere? So get Jack thinking. If Jack then says, oh, well, hypothetically, I'd move to the beach. Okay, no dramas. And hypothetically, if somebody was to come along and offer the right sort of dollars on maybe a longer settlement, giving you ample time to pick and choose exactly what you wanted to move to down the beach, hypothetically, of course, do you think that that is something you may consider? Oh, well, hypothetically, yeah, I possibly would. So there you progressed the client. It's not just simply, are you thinking of selling? No, moving on to the next one. You as a salesperson, the difference between the mediocre and the guns that are out there, the guns have the ability to problem solve and think about logical, responsible ways of bringing the property to the market now, as opposed to necessarily being just an order taker.